Hey, my name is Nadia. If you don't know me and you clicked on this video, then hi, thanks for clicking on the video. I'm back. I didn't think I'd be back, you didn't think I'd be back, but I am back, and that's pretty cool, pretty exciting. Currently sat in my studio and it is like torrential rain outside, and that's like my favourite thing. There's like literally nothing better in the world than being like cozy and warm inside whilst there is buckets of rain happening just outside, like just being able to watch it from afar. Today on the agenda is to do a new painting. One of my goals this year was to do more traditional art, and I have actually done that, which is really exciting, but I need to keep it up. So I've been trying to make sure that I do like at least 1 or 2 new paintings a month, and I really love it. I love working traditionally. I love getting away from my screens, from my iPad. So I'm going to bring you along on that journey. And maybe you could paint with me. Maybe you could get your paints out. Because I heard that you wanted to do more traditional art this year too. So maybe we should do it together. I also asked you guys to ask me any questions on my Instagram. So I'm going to be answering those in the video as well. I hope you are all doing very well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for clicking on this video. So I'm going to start in my sketchbook, and I'm going to use the pen that I use for literally everything, and that is this, my Tombow Fudenosuke pen. This one is the like firm tip. I'm going to start off without using any like reference. I don't know if that's like a laziness thing, or like for me sometimes when I look at reference too much I get like really bogged down into like making it look exactly like it. I've been really enjoying lately just playing with really clear shape language. It's not only like super fun to like make compositions using free flowing shapes, but I feel like it also makes a much more interesting landscape. I think that's what I've been trying to do lately, is figure out like how I can give the impression of, say, a forest without it being so overtly a forest. I watched Scavenger's Reign recently for the first time and was genuinely completely and utterly blown away by it. One of the most exciting things that came out of me watching it was that it's kind of made me completely push the boundary of like what things should be. All the different like fauna and like animals and insects and like the weird mechanics. You watch it and you're like, I don't know how they thought of that. I don't understand how that makes sense, but it does still feel like it makes sense and isn't completely outrageous, and that really excited me. Since watching that, it's made me just try and like push my ideas of like what a flower should look like or how it should physically stand. It's like it's given me permission to like push my shape language to like a new place. I quite like this one because like I think this kind of idea of like the weird little plant growing off the little rock and then that being repeated through the painting feels quite cool. I do really like this one as well because he just looks like he's looking out at the world. I'm gonna do this one. So I'm gonna move on to painting now. This book is an Etcher hot press sketchbook for paint. These are some paintings that I've done so far. So yeah, let's get sketching. Hey, it's me, voiceover Nadia. I am here to answer some of the questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram. So, the first question I got is from my wonderful friend Winston, and he asked, do you know how to draw a horse riding a bike? Which is something he used to try and get me to draw multiple times just so he could laugh at me. So I'm going to do that again. And that's what we have. Okay, thank you, Winston. Hope you're well. The second question I got was, how does it feel turning your hobby into your main source of income? Is your practice still enjoyable? To that, I would say I'm definitely very far from my hobby being my main source of income. Like, it is my main source of income, but it's definitely not enough at the moment. So I don't quite know how that feels yet, but the fact that I have been able to see myself through some months just through selling my work is like really, 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 really exciting and very fulfilling. The second part of the question, is your practice still enjoyable? I would say it is the most enjoyable that it's ever been at the moment. I think spending all of my time fully committed to building my craft. For a while I really struggled with it and struggled feeling like I didn't have a style and that I didn't know who I was or what I was putting out there. And you kind of just have to keep fumbling through and through over and over again. And very recently I've really felt like something's clicked. And I feel like I've found a space that I'm happy to be in, a place where I want to keep exploring and experimenting, and it doesn't feel so forced anymore, and that's like really exciting. So yes, my practice is very enjoyable at the moment. Someone else said, not a question, but as a fellow Manchester artist, I love your art so much. Thank you so much. That is very sweet of you. I love my other fellow Manchester artists. We should have a big gathering and, I don't know, talk about bees or something. Someone else said, do you ever feel nervous posting your art online? Yes. I don't feel nervous posting my actual art and illustrations and clay creations. I do feel nervous putting myself out there because, I don't know, it's scary, it's weird, but the more I do it, the more comfortable I get. And then, yeah, like with everything, I think you just have to do something over and over and over again until it doesn't feel so scary anymore. Someone said, is Kawafi Toba happening this year? Yeah! I'm so excited for Kawafi Toba to come back. So, for those of you who don't know, last October I started my own Drawtober prompt lists, and Drawtober is basically where you put up a load of prompts for the month of October, and people draw them every day or create something around it every day. And I did my very first one last year, and it was really character focused and a bit more specific prompt wise, and it went down so well, and that was so exciting and like so amazing to see. And I'm like, yeah, I already have like so many prompts ready to go, so it will be coming back. Just watch this space. Another question I got was, what sticker paper and laminate do you use? And I basically shop with a company called Stick Apply. I think it might just be one guy, but he's like really doing so much. He's doing amazingly, and I love all of the supplies that they do. So I usually just get the matte sticker paper from them, and then I buy the glossy laminate and the matte laminate, and then yeah, I don't tend to buy glossy sticker paper. If I want a glossy sticker, I'll just print it on matte and then add a glossy laminate. So yeah, back to the video. Hey guys, I'm back in my studio. I'm gonna put you on the tripod. So yes, I'm back in my studio, and I've got my cup of mint tea. I feel like Cake to PJ doing that. The slurp. That was a great series. He's not released one of those for a while. I'm waiting, PJ. I basically finished doing all the like painting yesterday, but I want to do all the refining with Prismacolor pencils, and this is like my favourite bit because the like scary bit's already done. I also already really like how it's coming along, so I'm excited to get back into it. I think my favourite part is this like light effect that I've made. It actually feels like the sunlight on the page, like with the way it changes colour. I think I definitely want to explore this more. I don't know, I love it when you're painting or drawing and then you like stumble across something that you're like, oh, this little thing could be developed. So I think this will not be the last time I try out this spotlight thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna get my pencils and get started.
Deixa de preguiça, deixa o cobertor, deixa que hoje eu vou ser o teu calor. Sei que tá friozinho, já sei como é. Sei que o nosso amor aquece quando quer. De manhãzinho o sol nasceu, deu esperança de beijinhos. Não espere tanto, tanto tenho a dar pra fazer o frio evaporar. Deixa de preguiça, deixa o cobertor, deixa que hoje eu vou ser o seu calor. Sei que tá friozinho, já sei como é. Sei que o nosso amor aquece quando quer. De manhãzinho o sol nasceu, esperança de beijinhos. Não espere tanto, tanto tenho a dar pra fazer o frio evaporar. Deixa de preguiça, deixa o cobertor. Deixa que hoje eu vou ser o teu calor. Sei que tá friozinho, já sei como é.
So I finished the painting and I really like it. Here is a painting. I really, really love the colour palette of it so much. I think that red underpainting that I did just like really helps make all the colours look cohesive. Yeah, I also really love how much like blocking of colour that I used. I think it really helps like break up the composition a bit, and yeah, I don't know, I'm just like really, really happy with it. Something I really, really appreciate about traditional art is not being able to edit it or remove things or press undo or do anything like that, because it just makes it kind of removes this like pressure in a way, because like sometimes you put a bit of paint down or you put a bit of pencil down and like you can't really do much about that, and it's kind of nice to be less precious about it and just be like, cool, that's there. And then I think whenever I make mistakes or do things that basically ruin it, then I know, okay, that happened this time. Next time I'll make sure not to do that. But then there's also the fun thing of, oh, this thing was really successful. I can't wait to develop this more and try new versions of it in the next painting. I think digital art is like obviously very fun and I love doing it, but it's like so editable and like nothing is really final, which makes it a bit like overwhelming, because you know that you could always undo something or try again or tweak that bit or use the liquify tool and push it a bit if it needs to, and it kind of adds this like need for perfection, which you don't really want when you're making art. I don't think perfect is actually the best. I think that's something that's so lovely about traditional art and paintings, is that they are a bit like rough around the edges and they're textural and different and interesting, and yeah. I think for a while with painting I kind of struggled to do it and feel like the work that I was making felt like me, but over the past few months I think I've finally managed to find a way of like getting my style to come through even when using traditional media. That has been really, really exciting, so I'm excited to see where it goes. If you would like to see more from me, if you would like more content, if you would like tutorials and podcasts and stickers and sketchbook tours and all that good stuff, then please check out my Patreon. This is my Patreon. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more of this stuff, then please let me know. Maybe I could try and draw a bigger picture to paint, which scares me, but maybe I should do it if it scares me. I hope you guys have the best day and week and month and year, and I'll see you next week. Bye!